France thought the game was over. Slovenia thought the game was over. Luka Doncic even reached out for a friendly dap. But on August 30th, with France up late and the clock about to die, Sylvain Francisco took the handshake, then darted to the rim for a layup. Slovenia swarmed. A mini scrum broke out. The clip exploded online in minutes. And the debate hasn't cooled since. Here's why this one moment matters beyond the drama. The final score read France 103, Slovenia 95. That last bucket nudged a number that can swing seasons in EuroBasket: point differential. In a tournament where ties get broken by head-to-head first, and then by how much you've outscored opponents, that single possession can echo for days. The rules have no mercy for unwritten codes. They reward points. Period. But basketball has more than rules. It has a culture. When stars tap hands in the final seconds, it usually signals the fight is finished. The handshake is a truce. So when Francisco took the ball and finished at the rim right after dapping Luka, it felt like a line got crossed. That's why the reaction was instant heat, not a shrug. The arena felt betrayed. Social feeds lit up. The receipts came fast. The full-time score is locked in. The clip shows the sequence clearly. The dap, the break, the layup, and the flare-up. Then came the words. Sylvain Francisco didn't duck it. He expressed regret and said point differential popped into his head. France's side defended the competitive logic, but even they understood why it looked bad. That tension, logic versus code, is the entire story. Luka's stance was simple. He said they shook hands. That usually means the battle is done. He didn't expect another score after the truce. That's you and me in a pickup game, right? Game over. Handshakes. We're already untying our shoes. Only this wasn't a park. This was EuroBasket. And EuroBasket punishes anyone who forgets the math for 1 second. Let's set the full stage. Slovenia had just gone toe-to-toe with the title favorite. Dončić poured in a massive line and kept Slovenia in it until the end. France pulled away late. Emotions were hot. And then the layup. That final flash set off a week's worth of think pieces about respect, optics, and whether play to the buzzer beats the code. The result was never in doubt. The respect. That's where the fight lives. Even NBA voices weighed in. Draymond Green chimed in online, framing it as a double standard moment and backing Luka's reaction. When a 4-time champion throws his weight into a FIBA clip, the algorithm pays attention. And so do casual fans who weren't even watching EuroBasket until this blew up their feeds. Now they have a side. That's how outrage goes mainstream. But here's the twist fans miss until the receipts drop. EuroBasket's tiebreakers are cold. If teams finish with the same points in the standings, the committee doesn't care about daps or optics. They go head-to-head, then point differential, then points scored. So a late layup can mean better seeding or safer passage. The culture hates it. The math loves it. Both can be true at once. France's camp tried to walk the line. They backed their guys' competitive instinct while acknowledging the awkwardness after a handshake. Francisco himself said he was sorry, that the differential pushed him to act, and that he wouldn't normally do that. It's the rare apology that doesn't erase the act but explains the calculus behind it. And sometimes an explanation fuels the fire more than silence. So who's the hero and who's the villain? In this channel, we're receipts first, not vibes first. The hero is a player who carries the weight, eats the contact, and still shows up for his country the next night. That's Luka. He took the hit, shouldered the narrative, and kept hooping. The villain is the decision that breaks trust in the code. That's the layup after the handshake. Intent or no, it violated the truce. Now, the consequences. Slovenia doesn't get points for being right on respect. They get points for winning games and managing their own differential. Which brings us to today, September 2nd, in Sofia time. Slovenia faces Iceland. As of now, the bracket math is live. You don't just need a win. You want to win by margin, because Group D won't babysit anybody. Head-to-head leads. Point differential follows. The good news for Slovenia is they already responded. The next day, they beat Belgium 86-69, and Luka logged a historic triple-double. That's only the 4th triple-double at EuroBasket since 1995. That's momentum, that's confidence, and that's a visible answer to a rough finish versus France. Slovenia moved from 0-2 back to 1-2, and the vibe shifted. The proof is in the box score. This is where the story turns from what France did to what Slovenia can do. You can't control another team's respect. You can control your rotations, your pace, your shot diet, and your bench minutes. Slovenia went smaller, attacked the paint, and hammered the glass in that Belgium win. 40 points inside, rebounding edge, and better tempo. That's how you bank positive differential without any endgame drama. Iceland isn't a free square, but the path is clear. Limit Martin Hermansson's creation, keep Trygve Hlynesson off the rim, and deny Elvar Freriksson the easy rhythm threes. Then stack possessions. No wasted trips, no hero ball, and theft on the defensive glass. If Slovenia imposes that plan, the scoreboard will do the talking, and the handshake at the end will actually mean peace. But the cultural part won't go away, and that's the second layer of this feud. Players operate under two clocks, the game clock and the code clock. The game clock ends at 0.0. The code clock ends when everyone silently agrees it's over. Daps are supposed to sync those clocks. On August 30th, they didn't, and that's why we're here. When symbols break, fans feel it more than stats. We've seen these flashpoints before. In the NBA, late stat padding dunks bring side-eye. In FIBA, late threes to juice differential have started sideline arguments for years. Coaches preach play to the horn, but players still lean on ritual. The handshake is a ritual. Take it, then score, and you look like you gamed the ritual more than the defense. That's the image that sticks. The apology can't erase the clip. France didn't need those 2 points to win. They might need them for seeding. That's the brutal part. If standings squeeze, if two teams tie on wins and losses, that layup could tilt who gets a softer round of 16. If you're in France's locker room, you live with a week of backlash for a cleaner bracket. If you're in Slovenia's, you turn that insult into energy and torch your next opponent by double digits. Let's talk Luka's leadership under fire. After the loss, he faced cameras, kept it real about the handshake, and didn't turn it into a crusade. Then he bounced back with a triple-double. That sequence is why he's a hero here. He didn't beg the refs. He didn't milk theatrics. He played, won the next one, and put Slovenia's fate back in their hands. That approach travels. It's contagious. And yes, the star gravity changes the stakes. When Luka's involved, minor incidents become global debates. Add an NBA champion like Draymond Green commenting, and you get a narrative bonfire. But strip away the fame, and what remains is a simple lesson every team at EuroBasket understands. The only handshake that counts is the one after the horn. And even then, keep your head on a swivel until the ball is dead. So what should Slovenia do tonight? Start fast. Remove the late-game gray area by building a cushion before halftime. Keep rotations tight until the job is done, then let the bench chase clean possessions, not cheeky ones. You want point differential? Earn it through 40 minutes, not 4 seconds. That's how you keep the moral high ground and still win the math war. For France, the takeaway is equally sharp. If differential is your priority, own it out loud. Don't dap until the horn. Make it clear as a team. We will defend to the last whistle, and we will score to the last whistle. That removes the surprise and the optics hit. Competitors can hate it, but at least they won't call it fake sportsmanship. That's how you avoid the villain arc next time. Zoom out to the group. Slovenia's path is straightforward. Finish top 4 in Group D and survive. The formula is wins first, margin second, health always. Luka's triple-double shows the engine runs, even on short rest. But the bench must carry their share, so he doesn't have to be a superhero every night. That's how you stack back-to-back results in a tournament grind. And let's be real about perception. Fans remember images, not memos. The image is a handshake, then a score. If France makes a deep run, critics will replay that clip as edge. If they stumble, it becomes karma. That's how storylines work. Slovenia can ride a stronger counter by smashing Iceland and flipping their differential back into the green before the knockout bracket locks. By the way, this isn't about canceling competitive fire. It's about timing and clarity. If you're going to hunt differential, don't pretend the social contract is intact. Establish your intent, defend to the horn, and let the other team know there's no handshake yet. That's brutal honesty. And in tournament play, brutal honesty beats polite confusion every time. So here's our mid-video reveal that rewires the whole argument. The same rule that makes Francisco's layup defensible is the lever Slovenia can pull to punish it. The tiebreak system rewards big, clean wins. If Slovenia turns the slight into a 20-point statement against Iceland today, they don't just heal the optics. They win the numbers game, France claimed. That's poetic math. Final thought before tip. One side broke the code, the other side broke the huddle, and answered with a triple-double and a win. If Slovenia keeps that energy, this clip becomes a footnote. Fuel, not failure. The next handshake will be after a blowout, not before a buzzer. Villain aimed to diminish the hero, but ultimately handed him motive. That's a mistake math can't forgive.